Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Okay, we have got, the investigation is going on. So we are going to go and search Byakuya's cottage, I believe. Checking my little pet, making sure he's alright. Okay, here we go. Off to Byakuya's cottage. Got some people on the way. Nagato will be joining us, so you'd think he'd be standing near the cottage, but he isn't really. He's all the way over there. Byakuya's cottage, let's go. Clatter, clatter. Huh? It's locked.
Hey.
I guess we need to ask him for help. And so, Nagato took a deep breath.
Hey!
Hey! Monokuma!
Did you call me?
Yay! Did you call me? Nagato, when did you train Monokuma?
Hey.
Hey, Monokuma, I was wondering if you can do us a favor. There's something we want to investigate.
What's this?
Hey, who are you talking to? That's just my after image. When I get serious, my after image is unleashed.
What?
I can even play soccer by myself as long as I have this cloning technique. Though, it'd be pretty boring to play alone.
I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and open Byakuya's cottage already.
Well...
This is for the class trial. It's something we really need.
For the class trial?
This is troubling.
If it's for the class trial, there's no way I can refuse. Now then, there's only one spell that can open these doors.
Loose.
Clack.
I'll leave the rest to
See?
you.
I've unlocked the door. Now you can investigate to your heart's content.
What? Does it open with a magic spell?
Jeez.
It's probably powered by electricity. At any rate, that performance was a waste of time. I see. I guess we should go inside then.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, here we are. It's pretty fancy, pretty, nice and simple. And wow, look up there.
Hi.
No.
No.
Alright, we got some monocoins. That's good, because I want to buy more gifts for people. Alright, I'm assuming we're supposed to be looking at this envelope, which stands out immediately. There's an envelope on the table. Is it a letter someone sent to Byakuya?
That's weird.
There's no sender. That looks pretty suspicious.
Hajime.
Hajime, you should check what's inside. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Huh? Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. This is... Is this a crime warning? No. If it says be careful, it's probably a threatening letter. Regardless, who would send something like this? Maybe...
Hey.
This is why Byakuya suddenly decided to throw a party. Huh? The first kill will happen tonight. Because someone made this threat to Byakuya, he gathered everyone in one area and was extremely cautious about all the dangerous items. He was trying to create a scenario in which everyone can monitor each other. He thought, if he did that, nobody would be able to kill anybody. So, he believed this crazy letter.
But...
He couldn't ignore the possibility of this happening, even if it was just a worst-case scenario.
Hey.
Remember what Byakuya kept saying? How he wouldn't let anyone become a victim? He couldn't overlook that slim possibility, just to keep his promise. Then, why did he keep it a secret? If he'd just told us, he probably couldn't. He probably thought that was also a worst-case scenario. What do you mean? If everyone knew what was in this letter, whether it's a lie or not, everyone would have likely begun to doubt each other. And, at that point, there'd be no turning back. So, Byakuya tried to do something about this all by himself, without telling anyone?
Yep.
His strong sense of responsibility is the only explanation I can think of. Anyway, whoever sent Byakuya this letter also killed him. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry.
No, this could be a prank, and it might have nothing to do with Byakuya's death after all. At all. Huh? What was that? He suddenly became really quiet. I see. He doesn't want to believe one of us could be a killer. But still, we've come all the way here, and it's the only thing I can think of. the person who wrote this letter murdered Byakuya. If that's the case, that person completely predicted how Byakuya would react once he received this, right? They planned to manipulate Byakuya and killed him right before our eyes in that old building. Damn it. Who the hell would do that? Truth bullet obtained. Murder threat.
Hey,
Hajime, there's probably not much time left until the class trial starts. Probably. Which reminds me, you asked Mahiro for a favor earlier, right? Yeah, I wanted her to find out where everybody was standing just before the blackout. She's probably finished by now. You're coming with me, right?
sorry.
Sorry. That's all you. Huh? I need some time alone. I'd like some time to collect my thoughts. I see. I understand.
Hey,
Also, if you're going back to the old building, you should hear what Makan has to say as well. I think the results of her autopsy should be ready by now.
bye now.
I'll see you later. He was pretty pale. I wonder if he's okay. But now's not the time for me to worry about Nagito. There isn't much time left. I better hurry over to the old building. You don't know that there isn't much time left. You're just guessing that, Hajime. Monokuma didn't give you any sort of time limit. All he said was that you would get some sort of amount of time. He's always very vague about how much time he gives because it's pretty much just, I'll let you explore and then I'll decide when time's up. I don't think there's any set time. What the hell was that loud voice just now? Really? You don't know who it is? Are you sure? I feel so lightheaded right now. Nakamura and Nidai have been reborn. I have no intention of losing anymore. Losing to who? I won't lose to anyone. Not even to my past self. That sounds cool and all, but what are you even talking about? Shit! What? I don't know who was behind it, but someone tried to make a shitty bastard out of me. Some scoundrel was occupying the bathroom before the party was about to start. Now that you mention it, you said something like that shortly after the party started. I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. However, if you think I'd be angered by someone like that, you've all underestimated my nerve and patience. Do all and achieve all with one's presence of mind. That is the goal of a true leader. In other words, a leader must never falter in any situation, but always have the presence of one's mind. He says that, but I'm pretty sure he was shaken up by that whole ordeal. Oh well, best not to go into it. Anyway, so you're saying the bathroom door was shut from before the party started to after the blackout?
So what I mean
And
is...
the bathroom was finally unoccupied after Byakuya's body was found. That's about how long that lasted. What he said sounds stupid and irrelevant, but I should remember it just in case. Damn. That's cold-blooded, Hajime. What he said sounds stupid. Alright, the other two should be in here, alright? That's where they told me to go, right? We gotta go see Mahir and Makan. But what's Chiaki doing in here? She was outside, wasn't she?
Just as I thought. It seems there's no way to get under the floor from inside this old building. Maybe.
Oh, that's what she's doing. So it's just as Nagato said. If that's the case, I guess I should give up on finding Gundam's earring. I wasn't really trying anyway. It's okay.
Hey, you're here. Where the hell did you wander off to?
I wasn't wandering, I was investigating as much as I could.
I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, then I guess it's fine.
So, did you find anything?
Yeah, sorta.
You don't sound too sure.
Hey. Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the two photos I took before the blackout. I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did, this diagram was the result.
Okay. So we got Chiaki on the very left with a question mark. We got Peko with a question mark. Obviously, she doesn't know that. Fuyuhiko, position unknown. All windows are covered. There's a camera, a bathroom. There's the Duralumin case, and then everyone standing around. then the storage room, and then the kitchen, Terra question mark. And then the AC, it's also pointed out. Okay. So, this is everyone's standing position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall. I've made this diagram from analyzing those photos, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Just as I thought. Byakuya was standing at far distance from that table. Well, you knew that from the photo, Hajime. It's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. Huh? What's this line extended from the table where Byakuya was killed? It's that desk lamp. I drew the power cord for it just in case. The power cord for the desk lamp? If that cord is extending from the table where Byakuya was killed, that means...
Hey.
So, did you find something? It's not clear to me yet, but I guess you're right. I didn't really understand it myself when I was drawing it. I have a feeling that it's either a potential clue or just a waste of labor. No, it wasn't a waste at all.
Huh?
Huh? It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistake that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue. Alright, and Mikan.
If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit of what I want to say.
Did you find out anything?
I tried, within reason, to perform an autopsy on Byakuya's body. And I discovered that there were several puncture wounds around Byakuya's chest and abdominal region. Deep wounds, deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. It can be assumed that a very thin, sharp object around 5 millimeters in diameter was used to stab him over and over again, which is what I believe.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm sorry. Talking about it made me sad.
No need to push yourself. I mostly got the gist of what you wanted to say.
I'm sorry.
Still, around 5 millimeters in diameter, huh? Isn't that pretty thin? That's as thin as an ice pick or an owl. Owl? It's alright, I'm not a languager. Ding dong, bing bong.
Alrighty, guys. It's finally time.
Oh my goodness.
That's right.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
time
Are we gonna
for
get it
the
in this
long-awaited
episode?
class
We
trial.
might start the trial in this episode.
Now then, I shall tell you all the meeting place.
Or maybe not, we'll
At
see.
the central island of Jabberwock Island, there is a mountain with my adorable face carved into it. That, my friends, is Monokuma Rock. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon.
Okay. A mountain with a carving of Monokuma's face at the central island. Fade out, fade in. Alright, we're at the central island. Wow, well, they just brought us right there. I didn't even get to walk there. The game didn't even let me decide. Monokuma Rock. Here we are. Okay. And here most other people are. Are we missing people? I don't even know. Huh?
Are you kidding?
Hey! What the heck is that mountain? When did that get there? Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. You mean what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Byakuya! What happened to Gundam and Fuyuhiko?
Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it!
Ah, I know. They probably ran away.
No way.
Oh, hell no! There's no way I'd let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with me!
I'm telling you, let me go!
Hey.
Hey now.
Come on now.
If you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey,
Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard got killed. Who the fuck cares about that anyway? You. How can you say something so irresponsible?
do you understand?
We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait.
My hero, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. Dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened?
I am
sinner?
right here.
Now then,
Remember this
let us
well.
begin.
A main character arrives when he intends to.
Huh?
Hey,
It seems you noticed it too. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field.
Wait,
Please wait a second.
What's this?
My, Monomi, just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
What?
Do you actually want to join in?
You masochistic.
Do you want to
mascot.
taste? You masochistic mascot. Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought.
Special please.
Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
See ya.
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
huh?
He told us to come, but how do we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
what's going on?
He mentioned something about a secret entrance. Was it? Secret entrance? I look at Monokuma Rock. What the? Something's shaking? This is dangerous! Everyone, please get down! The text to pop in.
Something came out.
No way.
Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it?
What? Such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazine is trembling with fear.
That's so totally suspicious.
Hey.
Forgive me. Someone just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely. There's no way we'll be able to find the killer.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're a real man, then man up for God's sake. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everybody's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game.
Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. The escalator stops and slams them shut. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock, closed up. Oh my goodness. Then it goes down. It was shaking so much.
This is an elevator.
So in the first game they had a shot like this as well, an elevator shot that had all of the characters from above, and they would show it before every trial.
I see. This entire rock is an elevator.
Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases.
However,
However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. I mean, it's shaking a lot. Everyone's teeth would be chattering. is a shaky elevator. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. It's surprising to me that Monokuma doesn't put elevator music there. That seems like something he'd do. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished ascending, and then the elevator door slowly opened.
Welcome!
Okay, welcome! This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you...
What the hell is he thinking? Locking us in a shitty looking place like this?
Don't fuck
Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole!
Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written.
It looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. There's a giant iPad on the wall. It's literally an iPad. Like, there's a thing at the top as well. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Tagami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I'm just gonna get rid of my face for a second so you can enjoy these cool pictures. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Oh my goodness. It has begun. Well, we still have time, so we might as well start it. First, set skills. Do I have skills? I don't believe I do. Can I get skills? Is that possible? I'm going to pause and see before we start. Pause. Unpause. Okay, so I think I got myself some skills. You just had to basically spend money. So not real money, of course. I'm going to equip ambidextrous and neutral liberation. Doesn't really matter what they are. I don't think I really need skills anyway. Here we go. Finish preparations. Class trial. Let's do this. Class trial starts. So,
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
the class trials are fully voiced. So, I won't be doing the voices until it needs me to. So, I'm going to be silent a lot more in trials. I also will try to be careful about not accidentally spoiling things by guessing things too early in the trial and stuff. I'll try to be very, very careful, so bear with me.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Those sequence of lines are what I do to practice Monokuma's voice sometimes.
If you pick the wrong person.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
So I think the trials are the best in Danganronpa at making me like the characters, because we get to hear how they talk properly and how they interact with each other, which is where Danganronpa really shines. So the voice acting lets you like a lot of the characters a lot more.
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Fucking sus.
Yeah. What you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds?
Not on your mind territory.
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. You're only going to hear my Hajime voice for a long time now because his thoughts aren't put out loud. We can start with that, but ultimately, we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial is finally started. From this point on, I will provide a simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse me for my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during the class trial, you will engage in non-stop debates. During these discussions, all your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. I'm going through this quickly because I know this is gameplay stuff and I know this. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during the investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticle, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape button, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. So, with these, I am going to let the whole thing play once. I'm figuring this out as I go along, so bear with me. I'm going to let the whole thing play once, the whole argument, without refuting anything. And then I'm going to just, I'll just guess what I think they want me to do without discussing why, because the character will explain why. Probably. That's probably what I'm going to do. Let's see. Make your argument. So this is the gameplay of the game. Knife, bloodstain under the table, gaps in floorboard. Okay. Here we go.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya,
Oops.
they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
That sprite of Ibuki's, where she's like dancing, it's great. Huh? What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information we know. Alright.
Why was Byakuya's body
So,
in a place like
His body
I'm
was
speeding
under
it up.
the very back of...
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
No, that's wrong!
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
So if you want to play at home, play along with this game at home, pause the video and guess what you think the answer is to yourself, and then see if you got it right.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Obviously, all these games start with like really basic mysteries and they progressively get harder.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed
under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
That's what I said.
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
Her sharp teeth. Look how sharp those two teeth are.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean you dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... okay. Let's look at everything we got. Okay, alright. I'm looking. Okay. Is it knife? See, even I don't remember this stuff, so how am I supposed to
I can
guess?
prove it with this.
Well, here's how I'm supposed to guess. I got it right.
Probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right? Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
No.
You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
Yeah, they really... Danganronpa characters, they get right into it and do like a proper real trial. It's great. During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot, but from this point on, there'll be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there will only be one lie at a time. That means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you'll fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the space key, you can progress slowly. Please use it whenever you like, whenever it's moving too fast. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press escape, you can do controls. Good luck and have fun. Alright. And they gave us 5 different pieces of evidence that we can choose from.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Hamhands
Mr. Hamhands
must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either. I doubt he could have seen the killer.
Okay. It's true, getting onto that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but...
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table
During the blackout. That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, must have seen the killer.
But it was super. It was so dark I couldn't see my foot. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong! Break.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Has he got a purple outline to him? Look, he does. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, I was just checking if it was on my recording as well. He's got like a slight purple outline.
Why do you say that?
In fact, all of them do. Oh my goodness.
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, Are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Byakuya.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? So this is a new feature that wasn't in the first game. So the first game, it did have the non-stop debates. It didn't have this, which is where a character interrupts you while you're talking and has a one-on-one debate with you. That is something that was newly introduced in this game. So there's a little fun fact. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you'll go into a one-on-one called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the Wasad keys. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally, and based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. That's the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You'll lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. That means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they'll end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood, just like a regular debate. Please refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's a truth blade? There's been a delay in contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key, you can do controls. Good luck, have fun. Alright. It's a confusing description of what is a pretty basic game mode. Alright. We've got all of these. Duralumin case, knife, irons, and storage room. Here we go.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Advance.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Break.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too?
Okay. I think we're gonna pause the trial here. And we'll save it for future videos. I'm not sure what the length of these videos are going to be. They may be longer than normal. They may be shorter than normal. I don't even know yet. We'll play it by ear as we can, but I always try to find a natural conclusion to the videos. But, you know, I'll try not to make them go incredibly long. We'll see. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you soon. Bye.